Hello, fam. Welcome back to another episode of the ABS show. Hello, everyone. Yes, you've just tuned into Mina TV. So go ahead and subscribe to our wonderful channel. Yes. We have a wonderful new co-host in our midst. Everybody help me welcome Miss Lola.
Thank you.
Hi, Lola. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to the ABS show.
Yes.
Yes, it's out today, but Lola is in. Lola, tell us about yourself, where you're from, and how did you end up on the ABS show?
Okay, well, I'm Nigerian and I'm from Texas. I moved here to New York a year ago.
Welcome.
Thank you. And so
Nice
far,
giant building.
so far I really like it, and I got on the ABS show because I reached out to Mina, and I had a talk with her, and everything seemed to go well. So I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad to have you. Yes. Are you ready? Miss,
Yes,
welcome
yes,
back.
yes.
We missed you last week.
Thank you. I missed you guys too. I really did.
Thanks for copying me, though. Tommy Hilfiger.
He didn't get the
like
memo.
they are
One
so
person on the
coordinated
table did not
today.
get the memo. Charlie.
Yes. All right, so let's
Charlie.
get into the news because that's why our viewers are tuning in today. They want to see,
Absolutely.
they want to hear from us. So, Timani, what do you have for us today?
APC, PDP. Osun State is on fire. Osun State is a state in Nigeria, and they just recently had an election for governorship. And that is the same state where the dancing senator was a candidate for election under PDP. PDP is a party, is a political party, People's Democratic Party, and the opposing party was APC, All People's Congress. So what happened was they first had an election the previous Saturday, and from the results of the election, PDP was leading.
Okay.
So PDP was leading by about 353 votes, and the INEC some way somehow said that the election results were declared inconclusive.
Okay.
Then there was going to be a rerun. So they said they were going to do a rerun in 7 local governments in that state, and the rerun was done last week Thursday, and all of a sudden after the rerun, PDP lost, and APC that lost before won. And that's what happens in Nigeria when it comes to politics. If the incumbent government don't win an election, they will cancel or nullify the election and do a rerun to make sure they win, no matter what. So right now there's like a black day in Osun State. Everybody's obsessed because the whole election was crazy. There was even, on Thursday during the election, the military was on the streets. They were shooting guns. They were scaring people so people wouldn't come out to vote in those local governments. And some way, somehow, they rigged it and APC is back in power. So what do you guys
So is it the same senator that Davido was
Davido's
supporting?
uncle.
Davido's uncle?
People really love that man.
Yeah.
So they wanted him to win, at least for a change.
Upon all that campaigning and all that dancing, and he still lost.
My dear.
Listen, like
Bueno.
this is how I feel about this situation. Until your voting system changes in Nigeria, this is going to happen. You guys are still counting by hand. By hand.
True though.
People can cheat with situations like this, and the corruption.
And they steal ballot boxes sometimes. The ballot box will just disappear, go borrow leg.
Now, wow, and this is so until that changes, I feel like we're still gonna be hearing this news over and over and over again.
But I thought the whole idea of having the PVC is for them to have like biometrics that they just go and scan and put their votes in. I didn't know that they still had to do the ballot box, like actual paper.
Yeah, but
mind you, it was a whole hustle trying to get the PVC. Even until now in Nigeria, something you're entitled to use as a voter, they give you a hard time getting it. It's like trying to make sure that they don't have enough people turn up for the voting. But then, if you don't have enough people turn up for the voting, you can't really rig properly because then you don't have the number. You don't have exactly. So you don't have people registered enough to vote, so you can hide and then increase your number of voters. Do you understand what I'm saying?
True.
So like, I don't know how they think. I mean, if you want to steal properly.
No, the thing is they don't really care. Like they're doing it in your face, and you can't do anything about it. The PVC is called the Public Voters Card, and before you can vote, you must get that card.
Right.
So there was even an issue. Even Davido had to post it on his page because there were some discrepancies. Okay, for example, people registered to vote in a local government. Let's say 3,000 people have their PVCs, and they were bringing results from that local government of about 4,000 plus voters. So who are the extra people? without their PVCs, and they were still allowed to vote.
But can we always get it right though? Because when it comes to elections, even the American election was allegedly rigged by Russians or whatever the case might be. So it's like, can we ever get it right in Africa? Can we ever get it right in Nigeria? This kind of scares me. But what was his platform though? Why is he so bad that people don't like him? Compared to the dancing senator.
Okay, the dancing senator, the APC guy was, as in, during his regime, or the APC regime, they've been in power for the past 4 years. Nothing has really happened in Osun State. Nothing positive. Just embezzling, and now going back to another 4 years of embezzling.
So people are just pretty much crying for change.
The corruption is so bad that one person is equal to 10 votes.
Listen, ask me how. Is so quiet. I want to know what she thinks about this.
I was going to say, like, what is kind of the point of even voting? Because I know they hyped up the new PVC, but if it's going to be rigged anyway, it kind of just decreases motivation to go out there and vote.
Absolutely.
Everybody should just stay home then. How about that? Because it's like when we come out to vote, it doesn't count. When it counts, you want to recount it or you want to do it again. It's like, you can win when you lose, or you can't even lose.
It's ridiculous. I don't know. I honestly, the bloodshed, the whole, like you said, dancing, the campaigning, the money spent, people jumping around on the streets, and to what end? To losing, and even if the person do win, they still turn around and say, no, you lost, and then recount. So it really doesn't, it's not motivating enough for somebody to say, you know what, I stand for Nigeria, I stand for Africa. How do we ever stop the whole corruption? When does it stop? Even when the youth are trying to make sure it stops, it still it still pierces through. Like, it hurts because I know that it's in Osun State, but then we have 36 states. It's going to happen in every other state because these are the predominant parties in all 36 states. It's still the same APC, it's still the same PDP, and then they have the other ones, the SDP and co. But then it's still going to keep happening. So how do we make this whole issue come to a minimum? How do we stop it?
I feel like the younger generation, we have to speak up, and like we really need to start getting involved to make the changes, because like you said, this has been going on for so long in Nigeria. Everyone knows about the corruption in politics. So, I mean, it's really up to the upcoming generation to really make some changes.
But how do they speak up if when they're coming out to vote, like you mentioned, they're
oppressed.
shooting, they're fighting, and it's not even safe anymore. So how do we?
They get threat letters. Even one guy called Mr. Jollof that is very outspoken. He's from Warri. He wanted to contest for a position of councillorship in Delta State. He got so many threat letters, so many calls, and he's been saying it on social media that they are threatening his life. You understand? Because these people, they don't care. They have power. They have money, so they can end your life in a minute. So the solution is to kill all of them.
But you mentioned social media, and I feel that's the power that we have as young people. We can take it to social media, get it on the national stage, and then I feel people will start to care. Because like you said, if it's just within Nigeria, it's like, okay, nothing we can do. But when you take it to social media, I really feel that
all
can make
eyes
change.
On me, right. Davido actually posted so much about it, and this was one of the most important things he said on the day of the election. He said, "We report to the whole world that in Osun State, today, no supplementary poll took place. It was all violence and undisguised breaching of all electoral rules. The APC is pushing violently to steal people's mandate freely given to them by the oppressed people of Osun State." And that was exactly what happened. I actually saw some videos. People took recordings from their windows. They saw on the army, the soldiers were all over the streets shooting guns, scaring people to stay indoors. Because, I mean, you don't want no bullets on you, so people didn't really come out to vote. So we all know it was rigged.
And I really hope other celebs, not just Davido, also spoke on this issue, because we need to get the word out there, All right, so let's move on to the next topic, and you have this one for us.
Yes, we are not going far. We're going next door, Ghana.
All right.
So, Ghana has agreed to support U.S. plan to deport her citizens.
What?
Yes.
Oh, my people.
So I'm gonna give you the full gist.
Yes.
So the U.S. ambassador, the Ghana ambassador to U.S., Dr. Bafo Ajay, I'm sorry if I butchered the name. Bafo Ajay. He said that they have come to terms with the U.S. government to, in a nice way, deport the citizens.
What kind of deportation is nice?
So
deportation is deportation.
So
look, it can be violence, okay? Like the way South Africans people are doing it. Yes, so at least.
No, not that kind of.
I'm just saying.
Not that kind of deportation.
Okay.
So there are about 7,000 Ghanaians that are waiting for deportation. There are different stages of the deportation process. And so he's saying that they've come to an agreement with the United States government to do it in a proper way where the citizens are not disrespected, they're not harmed, they are still going through the right channels to get home. He said that the reason why they had hiccups in the past with the United States government with regards to the same issue was because they didn't have the information that the United States government was asking for. Reason being that a lot of the Ghanaians that are coming into the States do not go to the embassy to register that they're here. So when the government was asking for information from them, from Ghana, they couldn't give the information that they didn't have. So, but now they've come to some kind of compromise to help with the transition and to make sure that the transition is, smooth.
So there's a smooth transition of deportation.
Apparently there is.
So they'll be treated nicely, like, oh, you're about to go home. You want hot coffee or something?
Like
I think basically what they're
understand.
saying is they're not going to mistreat them.
Yeah.
Like they're going to give them at least the due process of going through the right way.
But can you trust that? Because isn't this same President Trump the one who talked bad about African countries, calling them shitholes?
True.
So you can't trust. Listen, this is what you in some neighborhood and in some hood, they call a person like this a snitch, okay? Because you're working for the white man. You're working to get your own people deported. These are the same people
Charlie said that.
Yeah, but he's
Just
being
say,
honest.
I'm really
for the
being
first
honest.
time.
These are the same people that travel
Shade.
from Ghana to America for greener pasture, right? Because if everything was good and great, I'm sure they wouldn't have left. They came here to make money, to feed their children. So my whole situation in this is, if you're helping deport 7,000 people back to Ghana, do you have jobs for them? Waiting for them when they get there?
Preach, baby.
I'm just saying. Do you have what's
the
what's
plan?
the president's name again?
Which president?
Our current president.
Yo,
Nana
Ghana-
Akufo-Addo.
Your president.
You promised them one district, one factory. And up to now, I haven't seen any factories and any industries that you are building on. So all these people coming back to Ghana, what are they going to, where are they going to work? What are they coming back to? For me, this is sad, actually. This is sad for me, honestly.
To be honest with you, right? When I first saw,
tissue.
when I first saw, because we had an episode before regarding the same issue, and when I first heard the story, I was like, yes, right on. Do not give in to the white man. Do not give them the information they need.
Yes.
Give them a hard time. And now that I'm hearing this, where he's saying that, they've come to terms with it and they can try. I'm very heartbroken. I don't care if you don't have the, okay, so you said they didn't go to the embassy to register. And so that you don't have information to give them. So why did you now decide to agree with the U.S. government to do that? They were the ones that gave them visa. So the same U.S. to figure out how to go about doing this without involving the Ghanaian government.
Yeah,
Do you see what I'm saying? Why involve the Ghanaian government? Because now, if they go home, they're going to hold you, who was the ambassador, who agreed to it, responsible. Especially when you have all 7,000 of them in the country doing nothing.
Wait,
So-
the 7,000 that are here,
Yeah.
I'm sure they're not doing nothing. I'm sure they are doing the kind of jobs that you guys will not the kind of job that these white people will not do in this country.
You know what?
I'm sure they are working,
they're
they're behind
working,
off.
yeah.
We are not lazy people.
We know
we
that,
are not.
Well, but Charlie, we know that we are not. But guess
Okay.
what the U.S. ambassador to Ghana said?
What did they say?
He said that most of the people that are going back home all have criminal records. They have,
Who
from
said that?
petty crime to, I'll tell you his name right now. Give me a second. His name
that
is
sounds lies.
Robert
Right.
P. Jackson. Yes, he said that they all overstayed their welcomes and they're welcome in
their
the
only
States.
crime.
No.
And
That's
that they
their
all
only
have
crime.
criminal
It's a
records
setup.
ranging from
That's the word.
it is. Of course, it's not going to make it
And
seem
money is
as though
involved.
they're sending regular 7,000 hardworking Americans back tonight
They're not Americans.
to Africa.
They're immigrants.
And regardless, I mean, they've been here for a while, right?
That doesn't
America
make
is
them
the land of the
Americans.
free. Is it
Whose
not?
land is it
America's an
anyways?
immigrant
It's not
land.
even his land. It's not even for the
Yes,
white
no.
people.
America's an immigrant land. So if you're here, whether or not you're Ghanaian or whatever, once you get here, even though you're an immigrant, you're American until you naturalize. So you now having to send 7,000 people back home. Of course, you're going to make it seem as though they're terrible people, ranging from scam to murderers to. Why are they not in jail? If they're all these things, why are they just roaming around on
The jail is full.
They should please
right,
sit
no
down
lie.
somewhere. I'm mad that he actually allowed that to happen. I'm upset about that.
It's a
What do you
setup.
think?
It's a setup.
I mean, yeah, I feel like it's a setup, and he obviously cut some deal with Trump. I mean, because
Times
Yeah.
two.
Money's
exactly,
involved.
Yes.
it's always about money. Because why all of a sudden are you buddy with Trump?
Right.
Look at how he's smiling. He probably got some $5,000 in the pocket.
5,000?
I'm just saying.
Ghana. Hey, 5,000.
Not even 5,000. The thing
That's
is, the moment
Uber money in a month.
I
after you
know.
take that picture now, Trump will be like, get this monkey out of here. He probably said something nasty.
Oh,
Because
you
he doesn't
said
look
that.
like
Respect
African.
the black man.
Yes,
he has no
I said
respect for
that.
the black man.
I did. Trump has no respect for Africans.
For
he
the
would,
black man.
He would talk about you even in your face. So smiling with him makes it. That is a very stupid picture. You shouldn't be laughing, kicking with this madman.
You shouldn't be signing deals with
Exactly.
Trump.
That's what makes it so shocking. Because it's like, you know what he says. He means it exactly what he says.
Yes.
And you still want to strike deals with him? Come on now.
To bring
should
your
know
people
better.
back home, to deport your people, however nice they want to put it.
Yeah.
I heard something about Ghana taking charge of the deportation, like the cost of sending them back home. Is that true?
Nah, what? If I hear,
Because
no. if you want to send people back home, honey, you better get that plane, do what you need to do to get them out of your country. I am not
Simply.
going to pay for you to bring my children to my house.
But
when I
that's
want
what
them
I'm
to be
saying, though.
there.
I have to say though, to my people in Ghana, who is signing the deal to get those white people out of Ghana, and those Chinese people out of Ghana, and those Lebanese people out of Ghana?
Preach, Charlie.
Who's signing those deals? I want to know.
True.
Call me, DM me, because I want to know.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
this is some BS going
is.
on right now.
It is.
All right, so let's move on to the next topic.
Please,
And Miss
please.
Lola, you have this one. What's
Yes.
going on?
Well, we're going back to Nigeria.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
So Nigeria's first lady, Aisha Buhari, she ordered arrest of her own aide de camp for fraud charges this past week. He embezzled 2.5 billion naira.
Hey.
You said what?
2.5 billion naira. So
Okay,
that's
so I don't understand this Naira situation. Timani, how much is that in dollars?
I'm adding
6.8 million.
6.8 million.
Thank you.
Ooh. Okay. So what's happening in the story?
One person.
Exactly. So, okay, he's the head of police. He basically would ask for donations from different politicians, just citizens, regular people, and pocket the money. So when Aisha found out, she ordered his arrest. She told him to refund the money. But come on, who's going to refund the 6.8 million US dollars?
Yeah.
Where did it go? What did he spend it on?
It's not in Nigeria. It's
But-
probably in Swiss bank somewhere
Wait,
already.
hold on. If you get money like that, I'm pretty sure there has to be some kind of sign. You have to do some kind of investment. Do they not investigate the people that they have working for them?
In Nigeria?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying in the government. It's in the
Don't make it a
government though, like, 'cause
Nigerian
you
thing.
remember, it all has to do with you don't wanna have your image tarnished. Even though you're doing those things, you want to be careful about it. So you do have to have some kind of investigative system set up where if something is out of place, you could easily tell. So do they not have that for him to embezzle that much
people.
money?
But this man-
There were people in on it though. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Has
He
to
just
be.
took the fall. I'm sure.
Yeah, but you said this man is at ADC, so he's somebody that has a lot of power. And there's so many things that will go under his table as well. So he has a say. What I feel about this case is I think Aisha Buhari is trying to separate herself from the crime.
You
is
think
it
so?
possible that she wouldn't know anything about it?
I just want to give her a snap because at least, she's
That was
trying
a
to
smart
do.
move.
I feel like she's trying to do the right thing here.
Yes,
right?
which
But
is
the
to
men
arrest
in
him.
power are not doing it. And we have this woman that has integrity and that want to be transparent. You don't believe her? I
okay,
believe
so
her.
let me just
You
say.
don't think she didn't know anything?
Exactly.
That's
How
what
did
I'm
she know
saying.
that?
Listen, she was just doing her
Charlie,
job.
did she send you DM?
Aisha,
There's a reason why I asked
you
that
didn't know anything
question.
about it. You didn't. You were just
Wait,
doing your job.
Charlie, there's a reason why I asked that question. Do they not have some kind of investigative system set up so that when things like that happen, you can tell, you
Over time.
know? Because there's no way this would happen around her, and that's her ADP. There's no ADC. There's no how this would happen around her and she wouldn't know about it.
She was
There's
focused on other things.
No, other things like what?
Like
I'm
being
pretty
in the
sure
other room.
she's done, right at this point, it's just who to take the fall, somebody else to take the blame. Because remember, that it's about time for them to get out of office. They're already closing up shop.
They're
you know
not
that?
getting out. So Buhari is going to get in for the
If I
next
hear,
term.
he knows he's not getting in.
Buhari is going to get, I said it here, Buhari is going to win the next election.
Buhari will
Oh
not
my
win.
goodness.
If he
Okay?
loses, they will do a rerun and he will
And
win.
Like it did
Win,
in
you really think so?
I
Osun
know
State,
so.
right?
I'm telling you, it's
So
terrible.
for me, $6.8 million, that's a lot of money, right?
Exactly.
Yes,
Okay,
it
so
is.
it's lost. Where is it? Can we trace it to somebody else's village?
Yeah, because all she
it's
says
gone,
is
right?
it's
he should
gone.
refund the
But
money.
Because it's becoming like a trend in Nigeria where money just like
Disappears.
vanishes.
Disappears.
We spoke about it last week when like a whole tank of money was gone, and today it's becoming a thing. How do we solve it? Like, because really, I'm really tired about it. I don't want to hear another money vanishing in Nigeria. How do we solve situations like this?
But can you solve it? Because everyone knows politics in Nigeria is corrupt. So I mean, they're gonna do it because they know they can get away with it. I'm just shocked at the amount, 6.8
6.8
million
That's a lot of
US
money.
dollars.
That's a lot of
Somebody's really, really rich somewhere.
Person just stealing the money, like, you know what? You only have one life to live. Let me just steal. In case they can catch me, they catch me.
That's why I feel like Aisha Buhari cannot just be innocent. She has to know something. The only reason she had him arrested is to glorify her name.
Like, what? Has she made any statements about this? Is like, are the FBI investigating this situation?
Which FBI? Which FBI?
In Nigeria.
I'm just saying.
The ADC is, the part of the military.
Yes, he's
so
the
who
head
wants
of police.
to investigate? Is the head of police?
So he's gonna investigate himself. And she just made a statement saying she doesn't know anything about it, which I personally don't believe because he was close to her. He had the access, but she just told him to refund the money. Of course, the money's gone by now. So where do we go from here, like you guys said?
So initially, the money was supposed to be used for what exactly?
He just would ask for donations. He would go to different politicians. He would go to citizens, different states in Nigeria and say, oh, donate to Buhari, donate to the government. And then he would just pocket. Maybe. Yeah, and he would just pocket it.
That is smart. That's a smart one.
It is a smart, but I can't really blame this. I can't really blame her entirely because if somebody is coming to you for donations, don't just give them money. Yeah. Know exactly where your money is going to. Because I could just dress up and come to you like, oh, I'm building a bridge here at some states. Can you donate? And then stupidly, you're also donating. So this also is a lesson to everybody out there watching. When people come knocking on your door asking for donations, you really have to know where your money is going
Charlie,
to.
What if he has proof though? What if? Because you already know he's the ADC, and whomever it is that he went to knows that he's affiliated to Aisha Buhari. So if he comes to you and tell you, oh, this is what's going on, we want you to donate, obviously you wouldn't question it because you know he's credible. It's just that
no, I will question it.
Yeah, but to what extent though? Like even when he can give you documents, dude, this is some real stuff. They could give you documents telling you that it's legit. I want you to donate. This is what's going on. Like she said, he has access. He can make copies of all those things that he needs. Show you paperwork, and you think you're actually donating to it, but you're donating to him. That's why I said that's a smart crime.
So you're gonna go into it?
No, for what? I know. That's a smart crime because now the money is untraceable. We can't find the money. We don't have. They only saying that they people donated, but there's no proof for the donations.
Yeah.
Though.
Well, you know what's not so smart is our next topic, and I'm gonna get right into it. A Nigerian housewife poisoned her stepdaughter with locally made insecticide.
Are you serious?
Yes, known as otapiapia.
Otapiapia. There we go.
Why?
Let me get into the story. So, that's her right now. Her name is Zulak Kabiru. She's 20 years old and she's the first wife. So basically, her husband married a second wife and she disapproved of it. So she decided.
Why does she look so young though?
She's 20 years old.
20 years old. How
old was this child?
So she's probably a child.
The child was 8 months. So the stepdaughter was 8 months old and poisoned her with insecticide. Basically, it's jealousy.
Definitely.
It was jealousy. Witchcraft. So basically, she said that ever since the husband married the second wife, she had less attention from the man, and just like that. She wasn't thinking. She actually blamed the devil for it.
Of course.
Yes. So what do you guys think about this situation? Is this something that you've never heard before, happening in Africa, happening in Nigeria?
It's not new.
No, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she obviously, like you said, jealousy is a hell of a drug. It will make you do things that you never even thought you could do. But yeah, that's insecurity, jealousy, immaturity. But again, how evil can you be?
Well, this is what she actually said. She was like, I warned my husband against marrying another wife, but he didn't listen. The second wife was in the habit of insulting and assaulting me all the time. And she continued to say it was the work of the devil. I didn't know when I did it. It was a wicked act. So for me, at least she knows that it was the devil. At least she knows that it was a wicked act from her. And like you said, jealousy. And I think she needs to be in jail.
I just feel like when you do something like that, please don't blame any entity that we can't see. Own up
That's
to
what I
your.
wanted to say.
When you do something like that, own up to it. Fess up to it. You had the balls to go get otapiapia, an insecticide, and put in an 8-month-old child's mouth or a bottle of food. Own up to what you did. Say, I did it, and I did it because I wanted to do it. Don't say because I was jealous because of, don't make excuses.
Don't make excuses.
Those excuses will have faded out at some point between the time you got that insecticide and put it in the baby's
8
mouth.
months.
So don't make excuses for yourself. You did what you did, and that's that. You're a wicked person who needs to die in jail. That's an 8-month baby. She didn't do anything to you. That's a baby. She had no knowledge of
But
what
she's
happened.
young too, 20 years old.
But you know what you're
That's not
doing
an
at
excuse.
20.
Yeah, 20 years old, you know what you're doing.
She got married, right? Does she have any kids?
Well,
No.
that's not even the issue. They're Muslims, right?
Yeah.
And in the Muslim religion.
Oh, you're about to start
Polygamy.
acting again.
Wait now, let me
They be
land.
coming for us in the comments. when
They
we
can
talk-
come. I'm
Okay.
just stating facts. I don't even want to say anything negative. In the Muslim religion, in most of its deep religion, a man is allowed to have 4 wives.
If you can take care of them. Add that to it.
Whether you can,
I'm just
all
saying.
the ones that are drinking zobo in the north, how many can they take care of?
Ah.
But it's just, I'm just saying that
That's what you said
it's
again,
part
though.
of their religion.
Yeah.
You get so. She supposed to understand better because they always marry them at 13, 12.
Yeah,
they
child
force them
brides.
into maturity so fast. So she has no excuse as far as I'm concerned. He's just a second wife. He hasn't even brought the third and the fourth, and he will still marry more.
Oh,
whether,
my
like,
goodness.
whether she likes it or not.
For me, at what point did she think this was a great idea? When she woke up in the morning or when she was on her way to buy the otapia? At what point would you stop and think, maybe I might be doing something wrong
Yeah.
here? And for me, this is a wicked, like, do you know how it's like a suffering death? It's not like, you jump from a temp and then you just die like this.
A
Like
baby.
when you are being poisoned with that stuff, when doing my research, you go to muscle itching. Like your muscle will be itching,
Yeah.
difficulty breathing.
Yeah.
So it's like the process in which the baby
It's a
probably
process.
died.
That's a pain- that sounds
OMG,
painful.
I can't even think about it. Lock her up and throw away the keys.
No.
Don't feed her either.
You don't say they should kill her. Don't say because you're about to say
What
kill her.
happened to her?
She was arrested. She was arrested.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, arrested. If you have money, you bail yourself out. We are talking about Africa now. Who are we kidding? Right?
true.
Sis, what do you think we should really do to this lady right here? Because she's wicked.
Well, I think the same thing should happen to her if she has kids. Like, she should know the pain that wife went through. And like on my dad's side, his father was Muslim and he had multiple wives. And they all got along. I mean, they didn't really like each other, of course, because of the situation, but they never did anything like this. So, like you guys were saying, you have so much wickedness in your heart to do this to a baby. Like, that's what's so shocking. Like you said, the death that baby went through, that's so messed up.
Yeah, definitely. And if you hate the mother so bad, then attack the mother. I'm not saying attack
Exactly.
them.
Not
I'm
the
not
baby.
saying I'm not
Exactly.
preaching that, but
Well,
why?
at least it's a better option.
Maybe she just wants the mother to really,
Feel
really
the
hurt.
pain.
Because I mean, like your baby is dead. So like really, that product that came out from the union of her husband and that woman, she wants to eliminate it like no more. So now that it's no more, you self, auntie, bye-bye, you're gone.
Bye.
And I hope you die in there too.
All right, so she's going to be going, and we are going to be going as well.
All right.
But until next time, you're watching the ABS show, and this is Mina TV. Bye. Bye.
Thanks for watching, and if you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.